Corbin, our three officials. Warriors control the opening.
Van Vliet was on Draymond Green. They got the switch to get Jimmy Butler.
Where you start to see the matchup start to end. All the changes these coaches make as
dribble by Jalen Green and a tremendous cut.
Game one on the road in a best of 7.
Yeah, I've seen it many times. You've already done your job.
Rockets turn it over. Pajemski running the break and Moody.
Games.
Moses Moody at the line, just 7 points. You see, Stan, if they're going to prevail here tonight.
Well, Steve Kerr told us before the game he had for that matchup.
Here's Jalen Green. Rockets need a big night from him. Game one, knocks down a triple.
Had an assist on the first plays, the Rockets.
Butler backs down Brooks. Those two wearing microphones for us tonight. And now Şengün going to work, drops it off, and a foul.
A defensive wizard, but also one of the great cutters in the NBA.
Şengün, 26 points for the first time All-Star. And Thompson.
Non-shooter, a guy who's not a real stretch shooter like Amin Thompson, is advantage on the cuts.
Here's Curry, comes around the screen.
Used to that role, but a great screen right there to get Curry free.
Guarded by Butler. And Brooks, a little turnaround. Rockets want to push. Both teams great in transition. Green drops it off. Thompson.
That they talked about. Jimmy Butler on
from Green. And now late clock here. And Moody. He turns the corner, drives, kicks. Draymond Green for 3.
Coming to switch.
Draymond Green. Green on Green.
He was certainly moving, but then Draymond Green was Maury Green.
22 playoff series as a member of the Memphis Grizzlies. Chip matching up against the Celtics that year in the finals against Ime Udoka's Celtics.
Stipulated to get to that matchup twice already.
Pajemski rises up the left over to the table before the game, said he thought it was a serious bout of food poisoning. And the Rockets get a chance here. Brooks turnaround, no good.
Some of those guys have that first experience under their belt. And then Thompson also told me there's no reason for me not to be calm too.
Good stuff, Lauren. Thank you. Got a turnover. Liver, the Warriors' first loss with this particular starting 5 on the floor. Remember, first loss with that group. Starting 5 that only lost 3 games.
Former Warrior to win their second loss, and then the third, nobody was really handling this Warrior team.
Keep an eye here. Take hold. A sluggish start to this one as Moody wide open in the corner. Moody much more aggressive shooting the basketball.
Quick hands. He's a guy that averaged over a steal a game.
And that's going to be a foul on the tie-up. Curry was trying to...
And you know what? Coaches will exaggerate and complain. I mean, I never holding Curry on every possession.
Making it tough.
They're saying
they're possession
they're
here.
checking possession. I don't think it's jump ball.
Jalen Green, as much bounce as you get. Actually, Curry is a Rockets turnover.
One of the best guys in the league getting loose balls. Series.
Inside, Şengün with Green guarding, and he stepped on the baseline. Just those 3 made baskets for the Warriors. 2 of those by Moody. That Ultra Zero alcohol, 29 calories. You can try a tough game here. Since the 2019 season, the Rockets were last in. Against the job last year, they finished 500, and then this year, 52 wins.
Great, versatile European big man, Şengün. Warriors on those baseline cuts here in the first quarter.
Gary Payton II is their playoff run in 2020. It was a mess. The year after, shoots it at just 23% from beyond the arc. Butler back on the
Detroit series the other night. They got so wrapped up in the officiating.
Curry with a 3-pointer, no good. Jabari Smith, first minutes on the floor for.
And Vliet got knocked down on that rebound. We should keep track of knockouts.
Loads to the basket for the 2-handed jam. Jalen Green, even going back to last season.
Well, one of the things that's in the last 3 games, and you sort of at times lose your rhythm a little bit. 10 guys.
Trick shot artist. Pajemski back on the floor. Let's keep an eye on him.
Very capable guy.
Butler missed where they rank in all those major defensive categories. It unlocked every player.
Understand that Steph Curry and Draymond Green are championship level. They knew they had a chance, and everybody raised their game.
Pajemski hardwood. And I think He's going to be going to the locker room.
Well, you're not going to be if the Rockets can take advantage.
Jalen Green fires up a three. The residuals of that impact with the wood for Jimmy.
Not much scoring on the floor here. This is what they need, but offensively.
Tari Eason gets by Moody, drives. Wow, what a finish! And their biggest lead, Holiday going to work. And first attempt misses badly.
And we got Jonathan Kuminga at the scores table. Didn't win the year. He's the Warriors' third leading scorer. And we're going to see him
in this first quarter. This was a 95 at the chance at a trip to the NBA draft. Play now in the NBA app or at NBA. Jonathan Kuminga getting his first minute since April 11th. Kuminga, but he healed now. Shot clock is off. Healed gets by Smith. Healed. Kuminga will put it in. Just got to put it near the rim and get a quick oop and
equation in this series. You got to handle it.
We appreciate it.
But it's also not something they've had to deal with in a while. And if you're Jimmer's locker room, Lauren is back there awaiting a report as Dylan Brooks.
Too many minutes the other night, so he has him out. If the Warriors were down, both teams, by the way, open in this quarter in zone defense.
Turnover. You got Şengün and Adams on the floor, the two bigs, and Kuminga.
Regular season when they played for Houston, but did you see what they did in the regular season? Using in game 2 at Houston. And we saw
patient, missed it. Ball is loose. Volleyball. Too much size in there.
Well, the Warriors right now are a little out of balance. Different roles to play.
Rockets already plus 12.
6 turnovers, but this is how Houston wins.
Post.
With their defensive rebounds, as Golden State has defensive rebounds, this is Houston Rockets.
The last season. Got this team back to 500. Then a terrific year. So many blowout wins in the regular season this year. Trying to finish the year. And they need a home win tonight to even up this series at one apiece.
Well, and again, we showed it earlier. The 2 big man lineup was not in game 1, but it's taken over here in game 2.
Tari Eason momentarily on Butler as Kuminga drives in, turn around. No.
Tujin will not return to the game tonight.
That's big news. Thank you, Lakers locker room as well. Jabari Smith for 3.
To get back into this game.
Well, Kuminga his first minutes. And Curry out of the pack. Spencer all the way in, lays it up. Scored 34 points in the first half in game 1, already with 40. He was questionable to start this game as well. Tried to give it a go. Podziemski, who's guarded by Eason. And now Spencer gets in the paint. And for Golden State. After the Rockets led by 20, Van Vliet gets the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Hyundai Customer Assurance
Series. He struggled from the floor. He's only taken 1 shot today, but 4 for 20, only 11 and 11 when he was out. They need his leadership, his defense.
As Van Vliet with that championship pedigree with the Toronto Raptors and to surround these talented young players, and they hit it right. Fits well.
Well, and again, you mentioned it earlier, BA, but these...
Pat Spencer running with Looney. Spencer will take it himself. Looney!
Buckets, but his drive drew the help and set up Looney.
On the floor. And he's back at the line. Knocked down his first 2 free throws.
He really improved his shooting this year. That was a career high.
TV. And then Friday, ESPN takes over with Celtics Magic.
Well, that Nuggets Clippers series.
Field goal attempts. Only missed 3 shots. Here's Kuminga now, 3 points. Under 5 minutes in this second quarter.
Dominant in the regular season.
Green, step back 3, got it. Endure it for a couple of days. Very sluggish game 1. Nice pick and 2, right where Santos wanted. Again, Green, step back on it. Remember, he's got Curry on the floor. And now Curry goes to work and can't get the...
Link it in from above the free throw line on a 3-point shot. You
converted off his 2-way contract in March.
He said he has a confidence about himself, and we do too. Every night, no matter. Antics got to him a little bit, so he just picked up right where he left off, guys.
Well, they took a foul here away from the ball, on Stephen Adams.
Can think of right now. Jimmy Butler out of this game, will not return.
Throwing everything out there. The two big lineup by Ime Udoka, diff out anything. Went to the hack of Adams to try to make half.
A lot of guys out of the rotation, but oh, what a play by Kuminga, and gets it right back. Şengün goes to the basket, and
I mean, we talked about it earlier, but
Looney guarded by Şengün, and Payton. Oh.
Gary Payton II doesn't miss too many dunks.
They get the switch they want. Van Vliet calling for it. He lets it fly. And no with the board. Curry up ahead. Kuminga flying. Kuminga lays it.
2-minute mark where you can't just grab him away from the ball.
Şengün for
March 19th, and he's made one in each game now.
Buddy Hield with Adams soon to be checking back in. Van Vliet shakes Hield. And now the all-time three-point king with the ball in his hands. He puts it up. He's wow, an exchange of threes here. This is Green. That's some fun. 6 straight possessions with three-pointers. Şengün. He'll take it himself, flat-footed. Gets the bounce.
The weak side.
Again, Curry going to work. Green on him. Behind the back. Dump.
His left arm around his hip on that play and took him down. Yeah.
By 14 points here. 5 seconds and change separate.
And he's encouraging them as he usually does.
Ball is loose.
Going to switch over to screen here. You can bet on that.
Green to help him. Curry goes to the basket, fakes a pass, and a gritty, grimy first half of basketball.
But they did go on a flurry of threes there late in the second quarter.
Let's check in.
We just have to throw a lot of bodies at them. Obviously make up for the loss of Jimmy in that first quarter.
Jimmy Butler only played 8 minutes. Good reporting there, Lauren. Thanks for the hustle. Foul on the first possession. Now Jalen Green.
Cross court from Alperen Şengün.
Jalen Green responded in a big way here in game 2. Payton in the corner. Missed. Post. He can shoot it. Sets up in transition. No good. Green looking for Curry. No, he finds Payton. Extra pass out to post. Houston trying to even up this series at 1 apiece as they go to San Francisco.
And the Rockets lead by 19.
I beg your pardon, he's got 20. I short change. Payton guarded by Brooks, who had 3 fouls in the first half. Brooks with the Defensive Player of the Year will be announced tomorrow. Draymond.
In the regular season, that Clipper game that went to overtime, Draymond Green hit certainly capable.
Şengün. And that extra pass to Brooks. First half points for Curry. No look out to Moody. And be interested to see what Kuminga getting his first minutes of the playoffs. Curry, a little 13. He's hit 3 threes.
And he's also got 4 rebounds.
3 fouls early. And now Van Vliet on the reset. No good. Şengün is. He's been out with an illness. And Butler's going to get an MRI tomorrow on that tailbone.
The Warriors go to their zone. It starts by looking starts at the free throw line.
Here's Brooks, catch and shoot, missed it. Clearly the underdog right now, but you got that guy.
First touch. I don't know if I'd say shooter's touch with Dylan Brooks. And I love the guy.
Wow, look at that Euro. And now Brooks for 3.
Straight games.
Hey, he shot at 39.7%.
Draymond Green only shot 29% from 3 after.
Got a bad meal and I'm trying to recover from it. Here's Post for 3.
Post knocked it in.
Post, the rookie, playing in his first playoff series.
Green had something to say about it to Tari Eason.
Podziemski drives, kicks. Jalen Green got it out in the quarter for Jalen Green. Podziemski full of mid-range.
Spent there by Ime Udoka. Put Şengün on.
Green on him. A couple of high-level athletes going at it here. Kuminga gets inside. The big lead. The Rockets at one point had a
Udoka just throwing a lot of lineups. Bigs on the floor.
Green's got 25 as Kuminga hits a 3.
To try to take away threes, knowing that's the Warriors' way to fight back.
Green dancing with him. Green gonna have to shoot over him. Little toughest matchups to officiate. But David Guthrie Korek and saved by Green. Here goes Eason, taking on all comers.
One of 7 guys on this team averaging 12 or more points.
Not only do they share a birthday, they share a middle name. And it's
In the NBA in rebounding, steals, and blocks.
votes and was, I would guess, a top 5 finalist. It's a great story. 22-year-old twins. Its lead is 15.
Tell you what's amazing is as physical as they've been with Steph Curry, he has earned despite the physical defense.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Because we don't count the ones he made in the play-in game. I don't know. His 13 for 13 in that game don't count.
Here's the mentality. You teed me up. But yes, 44 in a row, and that's going to be off.
They haven't cut deeply into the lead, but also not letting it get to 20.
Adams gives it right back. Green for 3. No, poor shooting team all the way around, really. Field goals and free throws. As Luke taking on the 7 seed, the Warriors coming out of the play-in. And a turnover now. Green on the run, rises high.
Straight to take that lead back to 16.
Looking for Curry. Santos finds him. Curry
Gets Curry open.
Shingo to the center of that wheel, sets up Green. So now Houston pushing it back up 16.
Well, and now he goes to that middle screen. They're just going to let Curry work on Fred VanVleet.
Curry fires 22. The Celtics. Warriors won that title.